Don't enter into life's arena unarmed. Let Parker show you how to make fear work for you. Even enjoy fear. What money says when it talks. The heartbeat of time. The vital importance of momentum. How to be the person you always wanted to be. And keeping your dreams alive. There is no man like this anywhere.
Well, my name is Parker Rogers. I was reared on a farm in Suffolk, Virginia. My grandfather was a captain in the Merchant Marines, and my grandmother had to stay home and take care of 8 children, 5 uncles and 3 aunts. All of my aunts and uncles loved me. They took very good care of me. I am spoiled. I mean spoiled. And not only that, my wife of 52 years, who owns her own retail businesses, spoils me also. It's really pathetic, but anyway, I'll accept it. I'm not going to let it down or turn it down. I'm one of these people that likes to get right to the point. For the billions of you that are listening to me, billions, catch that word with a B, not an M, billions. I fully intend to help you if you are willing to open your eyes and open your mind and listen and learn and pay attention. Now, I'm not going to get all negative because I can't stand negative people, negative anything, negative nothing, because it's boring. Boring. Let me hit that again. Boring. There are a lot of boring people. So I'm going to give you a warning. Beware of saboteurs. Those people around the coffee pot, those people that you have a cigarette with, those people in your family. You know, your family you love, but that does not mean you have to like all of them, because that's just the way that it is. We all are in charge of our own lives, every single one of us. No one is responsible for what we do with our lives but ourselves. It's not our parents. It's not our friends. It's us. It's the choices we make, the decisions we make. You see this shark that I have here? There's a lot of sharks out there. Beware. They're not just in the Atlantic Ocean, where I get up every morning and watch the sun rise when I'm home, but they're everywhere. Vicious, false people, pretenders. There's 2 things that we're going to discuss: improving your life and being in sales. Nothing in the whole wide world in business happens until someone sells something. Let me say that again. Nothing, and I mean nothing, happens in the whole wide world until someone sells something. You might not be one of those people that are selling them, but somebody is. And salespeople are envied by millions of people. Why? Because they just cannot do it. They don't have the courage, the conviction, but you do. You want to learn, you wouldn't be watching this. Why are you watching it? Because you want to grow. You want to improve your life. You want to live the abundant life. You have people that are counting on you. You want to take care of them. That's your responsibility. And first off, you got to take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. And this is critically important. If you do not believe in yourself, you will not be able to get anyone else to believe in you. When you live wherever you reside, and you step through the threshold, and through that threshold, you step onto the stage of life. Just like an entertainment steps on a stage, you step on a stage. You're being looked at everywhere you go. You're being listened to everywhere you go. What's the tone of your voice? Is it positive? I know a lady that answers the phone the same way every single time. Oh, Oh, but I also know a lady in Texas that when the CEO of that corporation hired me after I'd spoken to thousands of people, he carried me back to his business. And there was a gift that everyone got from him. He paid for it all. And he said, get one for somebody at my business. And I said, okay. And we rode together. When we got there, he introduced me to his receptionist for all of his businesses. There were a lot of receptionists, but this was the key one. And this is what he said to me. He said, you know all the people that were gone at this and listened to this Parker Rogers speak? Well, I brought you a gift. And he said, Parker, this lady right here, listen to this carefully, is my voice to the world. Our voices have, like a violin, chords, tones, flavors, good, bad, exciting, unhappy, joyous, thrilled to be doing what you're doing. If you're not thrilled with what you're doing, then stop. Find something else to do. You're in the wrong profession. I don't need an alarm clock to wake me up. I get up, bam! Before my feet hit the floor, I thank God that I'm alive and I can do this for one more glorious day. I have a new day in front of me. Listen to that again. A brand new day. What are you going to do with your day? And let me ask you another question. How much are you selling your life for? How much? Every minute is worth a certain amount a minute is a long time. You don't want to get caught up in chit-chat with people that are wasting your time. Because if you're not in control of your time, someone else is. Who is that person? Is it someone else or is it you? It better be you. Now let me get back to something I said before. I don't waste time. And here's something I want you to know and never, ever, ever forget. I tell the truth. I have lived it. I have done it. I have been there. I've traveled millions of miles. I have spoken to millions of people, and I never lied to one human being in my life. When I was younger, did I do something? Sure, just like everybody else. But when you tell a lie, you get caught in it. So it's just temporary. That's all it is, temporary. No, I don't do that. I'm not going to waste your time, waste your money, money. Let me tell you something about money. Money touches every aspect of our lives. Money can be our best friend or worst enemy. How do you handle your money? Time, money, well spent, poorly spent, best friend, worst enemy. You choose. You're in charge of your decisions and your choices. Nobody but you. Going on right here, right here. You got this little silent voice inside of you that's saying, should I do it? Should I not? Should I listen to them? Should I not? Well, you choose. Not again. Let me repeat it, because a lot of people like to do this. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I'm going to play some kind of... One of the things that really annoys me, I mean really annoys me, boy, I want to just scream at somebody when they say it. When they call somebody Hitler. My dad fought Hitler. I don't think that's funny. You might think it's funny, but I'm going to tell you what you are. You're a loser. You're a loser. Grow up. Clean up your mouth. Bunch of people today think it's cool laying down the F-bombs. What? To shock somebody and get their attention? That is a sign of a lazy mind. If you can curse, you can clean up your mind and say something that doesn't offend someone's children. I've had so many people say to me, and I'm very proud of this. It's not bragging, it's fact. F-A-C-T. People have said to me, well, I've been in my vehicle or I've been at home and I played your messages. My children heard them and it did not offend my children at all. Thank you, Parker. Well, that's what I'm supposed to do. I don't need a thank you. And by the way, I'm not a guru. I'm not a star. I'm none of those things. And I don't associate with celebrities. I don't want autographs. I like the common people. As Benjamin Franklin said, I am an uncommon, common man. I'm even from the Commonwealth of Virginia, but my dad was from Brockton, Massachusetts, the home, by the way, very proud to say, of Rocky Marciano, the only undefeated heavyweight champion in the world. So I'm a big boxing fan because I watched boxing with my dad. He was from Brockton, Massachusetts. What do you think? You think he isn't proud of Rocky Marciano? They went to the same high school. My father grew up in a shoe factory town. My great-grandparents came through Ellis Island. We all came from one place. We all came from up at Yorktown or whatever, Plymouth Rock or whatever. We all came from somewhere. Where'd you come from? What kind of blood do you have running through your veins? Do you have successful people in your life? Do you have unsuccessful people in your life? Do you have winners and losers? You bet you do. You have all of them. And it's kind of interesting. I had a cousin, first cousin, say to me a couple, 4 or 5 months ago, you sound just like your father. I said, you couldn't have paid me a better compliment. My father was a disciplinarian. Can't do that today. Put a belt on a child, somebody calls the police. One time my son was misbehaving and he wouldn't get up and go to college, so I just went outside and got the water hose and watered him down. Well, he got out of that bed then. And then somebody called the police to come around my house. He was abusing his kid. I said to the police, hey, let me tell you something. That's my son. That's not your son. If you want to send somebody down here to talk to me, I'll have the local news networks all here, and they'll broadcast everything you say. Stay out of my house, stay out of my life, stay out of my business. None of your business. The good news is we live in a whole world that is full of opportunities. Opportunities, opportunities. My brother-in-law, James Farrow, was with Merrill, Lynch, Pierce, Fenner, and Smith. He grew up in a tenement house in Ohio. And then he went to high school to ROTC. Then he joined the Marine Corps. Then he became a captain. Then he went to work for Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Fenner, and Smith and worked the telephones. I have recordings of him calling people. The phone, I know many, many people that use the telephone. You know what they call it? The money machine. But you better be rehearsed and you better be good and you better get to the point fast and say, I've got something for you that I can prove to you that can make you money, can grow your business, can change your life. Get on with it. Be prepared. And by the way, whether this is legally or illegal, I recorded myself when I made phone calls so I could play them back and listen to them. I said to myself, oh my goodness, that was terrible, terrible. The next one got better. The next one got better. I'll never forget when I was in Pascagoula, Mississippi. I was in Mobile, Alabama, but I called this businessman in Pascagoula. And he said, well, I'm getting ready to go to lunch. Could you come by after I get back from lunch? I didn't know where Pascagoula, Mississippi was. I said, yes. Well, thank goodness it was close to Mobile, Alabama, shipyard town, just like I grew up in after I left the farm. And when I got there, he was waiting for me. And he said, I want my people to hear what you have to say. Catch that. He only heard it in my voice. He didn't see me. But see, when we're on the phone talking to somebody, they can see us by the way we talk, by the volume of our voice, by the tone. But by the way, there's some guy out there right now teaching tone and volume, tone and volume. I mean, really? I think there's a lot more to making a sale than that. If you cannot get that pen on that dotted line, or you cannot get that DocuSign done, you're not going to make a penny. Not going to make a penny. That I can teach you how to do. I know how to do that. I know how to. I hear people say, listen 80% of the time and talk 20% of the time. Well, if you do that, you're going to listen yourself broke. You have to control the sale, not the prospect, you. You have to lead it where it's going to go. You have to keep it on track. And whenever anybody slides off track, you have to say, not that I totally disagree with you, but bring them right back on your track where you're going. You're in control. You know what you're selling. Have you done your homework? Do you know who the person is, what they do, what they sell, what their products are? Have you done your homework? You know, selling is very simple, but that doesn't mean it's not challenging. It doesn't mean that. I started my career, I sold my first automobile when I was 20 years old. 20 years old. Prior to that, I was working in a shipyard. I was so afraid. I mean, I was a wreck. I didn't even know how to tie a necktie. My dad had to do it for me. He tied a knot in it. I carried my little brown bag lunch that I carried every day to the shipyard. I hid it outside of the automobile dealership. I was embarrassed. I had clothes from Robert Hall's, shoes from Tom McCann's, and I was referred to this Chevrolet dealer by a friend that went to my family's church. And when I got there, the man said, "We don't need anybody. We need a lot of attendants." I said, no, I don't want to do that. I've been working in a shipyard with my hands. I've operated heavy equipment. I work on a farm. Farm people work hard. And they don't complain about it. They don't complain about it. They just get up and do it. They do it. They're the greatest business people in the world. Everything must work on a farm to make it work. And they don't know whether the weather's going to be good, weather's going to be bad. But anyway, back to him. First day he says, "We just need a lot of attendant. We don't need anybody." I go back again. He tells me the same thing. I said, "No, I'm not going to be a lot attendant. I'm going to sell." I don't know where I got the courage to say this, but I said to him, he's a great big man. I said to him, "I have to say this to you. If you don't hire me, I'm going to go down the street to your competitor, and they're going to hire me, and I'm going to take all of your business." So he got up, this great big giant man comes up to me, and I go, "Uh-oh, this guy's upset." And he said, "Let me tell you something, Parker Rogers. I'm going to put you on probation. You got 30 days. If you can't make it, then you're out of here." I said, "Fair enough." Takes me down, introduces me to my general sales manager. "This is Parker Rogers, our new man." I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I sure was excited. First day in the automobile business on a Saturday, not at the main dealership, not at the pre-owned big lot, but at lot number 2, little old tiny place, 4 of us selling, where we got everything lot number 1 didn't want. But I was excited to be there. And on a Saturday, I'm standing there, and my manager, Don Van Blariken, comes up to me and says, "Go out there and wait on that man." And I ran out there all excited. "I'm Parker Rogers, and I was just working in the shipyard. I never sold a car before." I didn't know anything else to say. "I'm Parker Rogers, and this is my first day. I've never sold a car before. I was working in the shipyard before this." And the third time I started to say, he said, "Son, slow down. I'm going to buy a car from you." I said, "You are?" He said, "Yeah." Excuse me. I ran and told my sales manager, "He's going to buy one." He said, "Have you picked it out yet?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, that'll be the next thing you do." Well, to shorten this story, that man bought that car. And he paid cash and kept his trade in. That night, when we closed up, I had one question to ask my sales manager, and I know you all know what that question was. How much did I make? And when he told me how much I made, I said, seriously, really, tell me how much you made. He said, "No, that's how much you made." I said, "Oh, really? Oh, really?" I saw those other salespeople with business cards. I want some of those. He said, "Well, it takes, we got to order them. Give me yours. I'll scratch your name off and put my name on there." I went to every bar, everybody in a shipyard town, blue-collar town. Just about everybody knows everybody, and just everybody knows what everybody's father makes or mother by the stickers on the car where they park. So it's a close-knit town. And I'll say this to you, and a lot of you that have worked in blue-collar towns know this: if you can't defend yourself, you become a gopher for those that can. I'll just leave it at that. I went to everybody, and then I got home to my parents' house, and told my mother and father that I sold my first car, and my mother's so excited, and my father standing in the background. I saw him do this. He goes, "Yeah, he's finally gonna get out of here." And within 1 month, from the 15th of the month to the end of the month, I sold 17 cars. I got my own apartment. I got a checking account, a savings account. I won the spiff. You know what they are. If you sell so many, you get to win. Clothes from the Clothes Horse Limited, suit, tie, shirt, pocket square, socks, shoes, everything. I won it. Apartment, mini keg of beer, a brand new car outside, money in the bank, new clothes. I couldn't even believe this happened to me. I could not believe that as a salesperson, I got a percentage of all these millions and millions and millions and millions, a lot of money invested, and I got a percentage of it for just selling them. Can you find a better deal than that? If you can, please let me know. I know salespeople that make millions and millions of dollars a year. Millions, millions and millions and millions. By the way, not bragging, but fact, I'm worth millions of dollars. Do I have to do this? No, I do not. I do it because I love it. I love changing people's lives and seeing them grow, seeing them set an example for the people that love them, that they can do something exceptional. Because I remember when the first person in my family did it. My uncle, Edward H. Tarkington, who worked in the Norfolk Naval Shipyard in Portsmouth. He was in the Army, and when he was in the Army, he met a lady that he married, and her brother was with Nationwide Insurance. Let me tell you something about my Uncle Ed. At the age of 70, he was the highest paid salesperson in the history of Nationwide Insurance. That's my Uncle Ed. He sent me a set of messages one time. Some of you need to hear this. It was called, "You Should Have Heard Him Listen." He was trying to tell me what to do. But I'm all big time. Boy, I'm big time. Well, finally I started listening to him. And he said to me, "Get to the corporations. Get to the corporations. Get to the corporations. Keep selling, but get to the corporations." My uncle, my mother's brother. I'm so proud of him. I mean, just unbelievable. You check Nationwide Hall of Fame. He is the man. Knocked on doors, did it all. He first went into management, and he saw how much the salespeople were making. He said, "I don't want to do that. I want to get into sales." That's my uncle. I'm very, very proud of him. He's one of my many, many mentors. And if you don't have a mentor, you're in a world of trouble. And by the way, some of you that are so young, you think older people are stupid, but they're far from being stupid. They've lived life. They've got wisdom, knowledge, experience. Wisdom, knowledge, experience. They've lived it. They failed. They succeeded. And by the way, get this, listen carefully. We fail our way to success. We don't success our way to success. Oh, success feels good. It's all juicy, all good. Your wife thinks everything's great. Oh, man, my wife, oh, this guy, he's so romantic. He looks so good. Have that bad month. You're not so cute then. You know what happens when you have that bad month and you're on the way home, somebody cuts in front of you, the next stoplight, you shoot them the bird. You get home. Is there anything to eat? Well, some cold food. Can't I get any respect? Cold food. But when you have that good month, somebody cuts in front of you in traffic, you go, "Be careful. Don't hurt yourself." You get home, you crack the door, you ask your wife, "Is there anything to eat?" She says, "Well, there's some cold food in the refrigerator." I love cold food. Thank you for thinking about me. Which life do you want to live? Live the good life. Live the abundant life. It's available to you. Don't wait. Do it now, 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 now. Don't wait. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. It's like this shark here. I'm going to say it again. They're swimming all around the world. Sharks. Sharks. And I tell you something else I don't like. I don't like a psychologist that says he knows something about selling. If you have not been in sales where you need to make a sale to keep your utilities on, you don't know anything about selling. Nothing. Nothing. I've had awesome months, but boy, I've had some pitiful months, embarrassing months. I'm not Mr. Success all the time, but boy, I've learned how to do it, and nobody's going to take that from me. That's a gift. Nobody's going to take my gift from me. Nobody, nobody, nobody. And people know that. They know, don't bring your negative to me. Don't bring all your problems to me. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about politics. I don't talk politics. I don't talk religion. I just think very simply, those of us that succeed, and we are free, as Jesse Jackson used to say, free at last, I am free. You know what it tastes like to be free? Make your own choices. Do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? Do I want to talk to this client? Do I not? And I'll tell you where I'm at now. If they want me to come speak to their companies or their corporations, they're going to pay a lot of money. A lot of money. Or I don't go. I don't go. Why is that? Because I get results. I get results. And so can you. So can you. Listen. Open your mind. My biggest challenge for every one of you that's listening to me right now is to open a closed mind. A closed mind. You got a closed mind. Somebody in your family or a friend or supposed friend has convinced you, you know what they say? Salespeople are crooked. Well, let me share this with you. I live in a very affluent neighborhood. My next door neighbor is in real estate. My other neighbor owns automobile dealerships. The lady next door to me is an executive with American Express. The man down the street owns real estate and keeps investing in more. You remember the show, maybe a lot of you don't, but there used to be a show called The Rich and the Famous. And they asked the host one time, you're always in these fabulous homes, these fabulous mansions. Is there any one thing that these people have in common? He said, yeah, they're never home. They're always working. What you do when you start out on your career path to success, you'll continue to do the same thing over and over again. Let me say this to you. One jockey cannot ride two horses into the winner's circle at the Kentucky Derby. You got to get on one horse and you got to ride that horse. After you get it really going and you get it really profitable, you can start getting a lot of little other horses off of that one. But until you get that one, never leave the one that got you there. As Dr. Kenneth McFarland said, a great speaker who's no longer with us, he was the head of the Kansas School of Education. And this is what he said. Improper English, powerful statement. You better dance with the one that brung you, the one that got you there. When I got in trouble financially, what got me in trouble? I quit selling. I quit doing what I was good at. I bought real estate, a lot of real estate. I didn't think that the local politician could stop you. Hey, I'm an American. You can't do this to me. Boy, was I naive. They did it. I kept going back and they kept changing the rules. They weren't going to let a guy from the country come into the big beach area and own a whole city block in the resort area. Not me. That's okay. I learned a lot from it. I'm glad they did it. I'm glad they did. And by the way, I don't give a penny to a politician. Not one penny. Not a penny. Not a penny. A lot of them want my advice. A lot of them want me to write speeches for them. But if I'm going to write a speech for them, they're going to pay for it. They're going to pay for it. And I don't get into any of that stuff. A lot of you do. You get all emotional. People don't speak to each other. Families don't talk anymore. Stop it. Stop it. Well, you gonna let those people do that to you? Hey, I got a question for you. Have you ever seen a broke politician? Just answer that question. Have you ever seen a broke politician? No, and you never will. Are there a lot of good politicians? You better believe there are. And I know a lot of them. And I know some real good politicians. They care about their country, they care about their constituents, and they take care of them. Those are the ones that you want to cast your precious ballot for. But I leave that up to you. And if you don't vote, shut your mouth. I don't want to hear anything you got to say. No, nobody else should either. I know people that don't vote, and then they get on their soapbox. They've got all these speeches. Can you go vote? Being men and women died so that you could go vote. Why is it that so many people break into America and then no one breaks out? And by the way, I don't have a problem with people coming to America, because I will tell you the truth. Like it or not, we have a lot of lazy people. And when people get a chance to come to America, they go to work. The majority of my audiences are people from Latinos, Hispanics, people from Mexico, Cuba, all around the world. All different types of black people, all kinds of people listen to me, because my mother and my father taught me to care about people. They drilled it into me. My father, when he got home from 2 wars, said to me, I'm not a hero. I made it home. The heroes did not make it home. And then he put this in my ear many, many times. He said, son, blood is red. Don't you get into putting people in those categories. I listened to my dad, and I listened to my mother, and if one word describes my mother, it is love. I'm just like my mother. My mother would talk to a tree. She talks to everybody. My mother had her 90th birthday. There were so many people there from all around the world. It was fabulous. We were dancing, having a big time. 90 years old. She lived to be 97. 97. And you know something? My mother waited until I got there before she left this earth. And I know this, and I don't care whether any of you believe it or not. My mother, my father, my aunts, and my uncles, they're watching me. And my father wrote me a letter, and he said to me, I expect you to go further than I did. And my father ran the Norfolk Naval Shipyard with about 35,000 employees that he said that work with him. And he called them all by their last name. He called them gentlemen. And he told me he got a lot of ideas, and it's written. I can show it to you. He got a lot of ideas from the younger people, and he gave them credit for it. And he also, in one speech, and when he got this final promotion, he said, there's this great big barrel, and it's full of apples. There's a lot of good apples in there, and there's some rotten apples in there. You check out early, you're lazy, you don't do your job. And he said, we're going to get those rotten apples out of that barrel. And being my father had been in the military, and being that he knew that ships sank and all of those things, he got all of the aircraft carriers, submarines, all the work done out early and in perfection. I'm proud of my dad. My dad did what he was supposed to do. He loved his country. I love my country, but I also love people from around this world. So in closing, I'm going to leave you with this. Get up and get going today. Do it now. Don't wait. What are you waiting for? Go now. And I've got confidence that you can do it. Yes, you can. Do it now and quit listening to the negative gloomers and doomers. The world is full of them because they don't want to do it. And by the way, let me give you a warning. When they see your success, oh boy, are they jealous. Oh, they jealous. Great salespeople are envied by people all around the world. You go for it, and you be successful. And I'm counting on you. And I thank you for your time. This is Parker Rogers saying, get it done. Thank you.